Sticks, a YouTube channel that has blown up recently for making YouTubers their own movies, which is run by Lucas and Curtis, an inseparable duo. But besides from this, career was not always like this. How they've changed everything about their channel to suit newer audiences, first YouTubers to actually think of doing YouTube movies. Basically, they started about 5 years ago in about 2019 where they posted their first ever short film. They started doing short films with their dad in their bedroom and they really enjoyed making them because they were aspiring filmmakers and they would finally blow up on YouTube. Why was it only this year that they blew up? Why didn't they blow up the other years? Well, we're gonna try our best to answer these questions as best as we can because not every movie producer makes it on YouTube. Movies and YouTube is a completely different place. The main thing holding them back in the start, would you say they didn't really know the algorithm? Because from coming from a movie family to making YouTube videos, it's a completely different format, right?
Yeah.
How are they going to make a movie for MrBeast? Well, they've done Ryan Trahan, they've done Eric. Eric actually commented on the video saying, amazing. Everyone just wants them to do a movie for MrBeast. Let me summarize the Eric one though. They basically made the movie and after they finally released the movie, putting their heart's content, hiring an actor off Fiverr or something, which looks similar, has similar features, but in a Mark Rober bit. That one's a really good one because it just showed his whole childhood and they took us inspiration from Ready Player One when it was just the kid with the controller just playing a few games because it was trying to tell you something instead of bordering you up with all this knowledge of what you need to know in the start of the video, etc. The game plan. We're seeing that they were smart at the beginning, but they had something no other YouTuber had. They had passion. They had true passion for their craft of making movies, which made them stick out from the rest. They didn't give up at the first battle, kept on going. But you're probably asking, what was the first viral video? Well, of course, you probably know it. It was the Eric video, which they were really proud of. But they didn't see the success that that movie had in their other videos until they finally made a movie for Ryan Trahan. It's single-handedly one of the biggest YouTubers we have ever seen. In about a month or two, took their channel from 1,000 subscribers to a big 30,000. They got monetized, thought all hope was lost. They got back up on their feet and it showed. They kept on using this format of social hacking. What is social hacking? It's when you take a trending topic and place it in your video. Imagine, for example, you take MrBeast, put him in your video. That won't do the job though. The packaging. For example, your video could be the worst video on the internet, but you could have an amazing thumbnail and title and it would skyrocket the video. One of my recent videos had a MatPat thumbnail and a great title, and that's the main reasons why it blew up. MatPat was just going into retirement and they were curious on my view on what I had to say.
Well, you guys who are trying to do YouTube, you should really look at what they are doing because how they were not succeeding but still kept going, it really, maybe you will not see much change in a few months, but eventually you're gonna see some process.
Adding on to that, if you have a fixed mindset and you're not looking to grow, every YouTuber who makes it, how small or big you are, have to have a growth mindset. What is a growth mindset? It's basically when you're up to learn new things and keep on improving your skills. Like, imagine you have a bad video, bad performing video. The interesting thing is, how can you improve on that video? Is it you? People normally have imposter syndrome. They think it's them that's having the effect on the views on the video. But seriously, it's the value and information you really give. You could have the worst edited video in the world and it could blow up if you have an engaging personality and just, you know what you're talking about and you're confident in the topic and it kind of just rolls off your tongue, just like this video. But first, in order to get to the goal of making a movie for MrBeast, they had to go from the bottom. They had to go from a pile of YouTubers till they were successful enough to get a meeting with MrBeast. Actually, to fact this, in Mark Rober's version of their video, it's Mark Rober with his own movie, Mark Rober actually called MrBeast since he was meeting him, which was actually done in his warehouse video on his channel. Crunch Labs? Yeah. And how awesome it was. And MrBeast finally called him back. They finally heard the news. But do you know what happened? They needed 5 million subscribers to make a movie for him. But even though that may sound far at the moment, think about it. They gained 400,000 subscribers from only 4 videos. So it can't be that far away, can it? The videos. They surprised Ryan Trahan, Eric, and a few other YouTubers which are really prominent on the platform. But how did they get hold of them? Well, since they couldn't get them to be in the movie because it would spoil the surprise, they got a decoy that looks kinda exactly like them, sounds like them, so it was a complete surprise to add the suspense of you waiting till the end of the video. With Stick's video, they do storytelling in a way which they bring you on their journey. It's like talking to an old friend. Kind of like this video, but it's different. They're basically showing their entire journey after they've posted the movie video, how they surprise them with the movie. The movies are always brilliant, and everyone at the end of the video wants to see their reaction, and that's why most of Stick's fan base stays. They want to see what will happen. Why is he reacting like that? By the way, also tell us in the comments what you think will be in the MrBeast movie. Now, after I've covered that, here's the fun bit. If I've missed any parts of this story, I don't think I've missed too much. Prior to this, I only did a teensy bit of research since I kind of wanted this to be a general knowledge quiz. I'm gonna go first, okay? The main thing I would like to be in the MrBeast movie is highlighting his baseball career and how his college struggles were, and then kind of just summarizing his life, but like in an hour, 2 hour long, because that would be really in depth and just, it might take very long time, but it'd be the biggest film on YouTube, but for real. I would also like his friends, Chris, the evolution of them, and finally, it's like a success story, but really going into depth of what it was like at home. Okay, I'm gonna hand it over to Dere.
I would like to see in the movie would be how, as you said, how his childhood was, and I would like to see, like, you know, these old videos. He was coming up with the dumbest ideas. Still, it was pretty fun to watch it. So yeah, I would like to see that in the movies.
I mean, even though I didn't watch his earlier videos, they were still really funny. You do know, Dere, there's already a full-length version of their story on YouTube. I just want to kind of summarize the parts we wanted to pick out, because we didn't want to make this too long or too stressful, so... Well, there's a video we did yesterday, which might interest you, so consider clicking on it. Anyway, what do you have to say, Dere?
Have a nice